to Keeping It Up with Ernest Story. Today, we are going on a beautiful journey through African rich culture roots. The topic of the day is lost but not forgotten. African cultural practices we must not revive. We must not revive. Welcome to Keeping It Up with Ernest Story. I will start with a powerful African proverb. A people without the knowledge of their past is like a tree without roots. Think about that for a moment. Our culture is our identity, our strength, and our pride. But so many of our beautiful traditions, dances, stories, and values are disappearing. That way we are having that discussion today. We are having that discussion right away. To remember, to celebrate, and to bring back some of what is being lost. So please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned and enjoy this beautiful discussion to the end. All right, let's go into our main discussion. Now we are going to divide the segment into three segments. The first thing we are going to be talking about is traditional festival celebrations we rarely see now. The traditional festival and celebration we rarely see now. That is going to be our number one segment in this particular discussion. Then the second part of it is ways of dressing, cooking, and grieving. Ways of dressing, cooking, and grieving. That's going to be the second segment of the day. Then the last but not the least segment is marriage rights, story, and family value. So in these three segments, we are going to start from the beginning, from the first segment to the third segment, and I'm hoping to see your contributions on this particular different segments that we are going to be talking about. Now, we are going to start with traditional festival and celebrations we rarely see now. We all know that there are so many festivals. Our like somebody like me, I've heard of so many festivals that has been existing for so long. Do you understand? It has been actually been existing for so long. But to say the truth, most of those kind of festivals now are not in existence anymore, which I don't really know why and what the problem is. Okay, when we were growing up, there's a particular village nearby my village in my particular state. The name of the village is Igede. That's their name, and they have this culture that whenever every year they practice that they celebrate that it is called Ikede Agba. Do you understand? They practice this culture whereby whenever there is new yam, now you know every year we farm yam, right? So when they harvest yam, when that particular yam is being harvested, they do what is called Igede Agba. They celebrate the yam, the arrival of the new yam. There is a way they do it and they cook. In essence, it is just for celebration. They celebrate their culture and they love what they do. Okay, let's talk about my own particular culture. This particular tribe I'm from. My tribal culture. What do they do? Every year they celebrate what is called Ejaleku in my place. Ejaleku. That is their own culture. And whenever they do that, it rains for us. Most of the times you'll be hearing that maybe it have not rained because of this particular Ejaleku that has not been celebrated in this year. To tell you the truth. And most of the times whenever they celebrate it, it actually come out where the results we get from it, it yield a whole good result. Yes, so who may embark job you know my photo. So that is it. So now let's talk about that. Growing up, I remember hearing about festivals where the whole village would gather, dance, sing, and celebrate harvest or honor our ancestors. Yeah, there are so many traditions. I think I heard of when we talk about the Igbo traditions, there was a time I heard of that about that the Igbos, I think it's not just all the Igbos, but some parts of the Igbos, their normal tradition they do is that like when I think they have been using that to act movies for us to see, but it's actually their past tradition, right? Like when the son of the king wants to get married, all the girls in the village, they will come, they will dance they will showcase their dancing talent. The person that dance the most is going to be the chosen winner of the day. So that's how they normally do it in Igbo land as of that time. Now everything has gone to an extent that all of this is not even existing anymore. And I tell you the truth, all of those things that were happening as of then, everything was just going to very fine. Everything was going very fine. All right. Now, this whole thing that they do is not just about the celebration, right? It's not about the celebration. There were moments of unity. All of these were moments of unity. Sadly, some of these festivals are vanishing. Of course, they are. Most of these festivals, they are not in existence anymore. Where have we lost them to? Can anyone in that chat share a festival your people still celebrate, or one that has disappeared over the year? Please, I want you to share a very strong festival that your people still celebrate, or maybe you can talk about maybe a strong festival that has been in existence, but now you are no longer seeing it anymore. So please, can you share it under the comment section? So we are going into the second segment, which is ways of dressing, cooking, and greeting. Now, when we talk about ways of dressing, now, I believe we have heard of, okay, let me make use of the popular ones we know. We have the agbadas, which the Yoruba people normally like, the Yoruba men normally like, love dressing in, right? Okay. And we also have one that they called, that's for the Ghanaian, right? There's one they called, what's it called? So there's a name they call it. I've forgotten the name. I think I wrote it down somewhere. I'm trying to get the name of that particular. Okay, it's called cancer, right? The Ghanaian. We know the popular cancer of Ghanaians. And we know the gele that all these Yoruba women and also these village women normally put on gele. Now gele now is a fashion. There's a fashion model in gele now. Everything about gele time is. I believe most of us now. Some people also go to learn how to tie gele. Just to know how to tie gele now is something that you have to pay for it. But in those days there was nothing like this, like that. Gele is a popular is a popular dress that is being worn everywhere. When we talk about old ages, you don't even have to go and pay to learn. It is because of the disappearing of all of this that we are going to pay money just to learn how to tie gele. And now gele is only worn during occasions. It's only worn during occasions. I also know about Agbada, we have Isaigu, most like African countries, all of these are going. When we talk about the agbadas, now agbadas are worn only for occasional purposes. But olden days, that is a normal clothes we wear every day and all of that. But it's actually all those things are going extinct. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Now let's talk about greetings. Do you guys know that greetings carries respect and value, especially bowing down, kneeling down, and all of that. But now, when we look at our environment, when we look at things happening in our country, in Africa, now greetings, uh, the way we greet in those days is no longer the same with the present greeting. In those days, I believe, let me use Yoruba people as an example. Benue State, I'm from Benue State, so I'm actually referring to Benue people. So this whole discussion is for the Africans entirely. Now, the Yoruba people, how they normally greet. First of all, when they come, when they see even their junior ones, they bow down, they kneel down to greet them. Way, that is the way that our parents, our olden days parents do normally greet. But now everything has changed. When you see a matured man or an old man passing, you don't even feel like greeting the person because you feel like maybe that person is a witch or a wizard. You feel like the person is a witch or a wizard. Sometimes when you, okay, let me use the invention of this handsets, mobile telephone, and all of that. Sometimes, I think, let me give you guys a story. There is this a lady, a Yoruba lady I met on my way going to get, no, okay, that was when I was in Oyo State. When I met this lady, the lady was on call actually. It was recent. Oh. The lady was on call. Immediately she answered the call, she had to kneel down and was greeting the person. She knelt down and greeted the person on phone. In as much as she was not seeing the person physically, she had to go on her knees just to greet the person. Ekaro ma, Ekaro, this and that. Like the whole physical expression and all of that was so good. I was like, wow, this is the kind of people we need. This is the way are supposed to be going, but unfortunately, things are not going that way. So when I think about the past, our past culture, our cultural life that in those days, now I don't know where those things have gone to, whether they have gone to an extent, I don't know. But can we just start learning, bringing them back? It is something that is very important and is going to help our generation. Respecting, that is the form of respect. That is the act of giving another person's respect, especially when we talk about seniority. When you see an elderly person, someone that you know this person is your senior, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to, you know, greet the person in the proper way, not stand there and say hello. Wow, your senior, somebody that senior you that can give birth to you. Definitely, that's how we greet our parents from home. They say charity begins at home. So greeting is another particular cultural practices that is actually going into an extent, which we really need to fight for it to bring it back. We really, really need to fight for it and bring it back. Now, let's talk about cooking. Cooking methods that have been replaced by fast food culture. Now, okay, let me make use of okay, job television. Let me make use of Indomie, for example, noodles. We have I think those in olden days there was nothing like noodles and all of that, isn't it? But now we have noodles, we have so many inventions to pray macaroni and so on and so forth. I believe the noodles itself, when it won't even take you how up to how many minutes your food is already ready. I can remember vividly. That was when I was still small. I'm not even talking about when I was not being given birth to yet. Let's talk about the one I even know, me myself I know. Now, in those days, our parents, like my grandparents, mm-mm, let me say, Ananaya, okay, sorry for that. Let me see here. Okay. Mm, Jogicho, Jogicho. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. You somebody say, can I find a better view? Is this place not okay? I'm talking about culture. Please can you raise it up a little bit? Okay. I'm talking about I'm actually trying to discuss our culture, and somebody is now bringing out a better view. That is what we are talking about. This view is a natural view. I can't fake anything. Do you understand? This is who doesn't know this. This is palm tree, right? This is palm tree and this is a mango tree. These are was it banana and all of that. So bring the camera to me. Now, these are palm tree. This is a natural view, right? We should be proud of the nature. We are not supposed to be to hide some things, you understand, to pretend. Now I'm talking about our culture that we need to, to revive back. I'm not here to fake life. I'm not here to fake whatever I am saying. I want everything to be real. That's why I am using this natural view. You are not here to watch the view. I believe you are here to just hear what, at least partake in what I am trying to say. Do you guys understand me perfectly? No, don't get me wrong. I'm not angry with what you said, but I just want you guys to know my reason for staying in this natural environment. So let's continue with our study. Now, okay, we are on cooking, right? Cooking method. I believe when in the olden days, our parents, there's something we call okpehe in my place now, in my tribe. It is called okpehe, and it's generated or it's been extracted from I've forgotten the English name of that seed that they extract the okpehe from. People in Nigeria, they know what I'm talking about. This particular okpehe is what we use in place of Maggi when we talk about olden days. I'm talking about our culture that we are forgetting. We are now forgetting all of this. We use okpehe in place of Maggi. What our parents does as of that time is that what our parent does as of that time, they make sure when they will start cooking. Let's say if they want to cook soup, they will put the pot of soup on fire for like not less than, okay, let's say around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll put, if they want to cook evening food, they'll start from 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll put the water on fire, put the okpehe, put everything that is supposed to enter that soup. Then they will put it on fire. The ingredient they put inside, they will allow it to cook. It will cook till sometimes till 5 o'clock in the evening before they start putting other necessary things. But those ingredients, those natural ingredients that we know, those natural ingredients that I'm talking about that is being used as a sweetener in the soup, they make sure everything cooked very well. All the ingredients get mixed into the food very well. Then before you know, there was nothing like Maggi, there was nothing like spices. This newly invented spices. There was nothing like that as of then. But to tell you the truth, when they cook the food and the food is ready, when you taste the food, my dear, you confess that yes, this is indeed a good one. But now, guys, sorry for that break. So that um okay, traditional African attires tells you are from. That is number one. When you wear, you guys know that we are on. It's your hand that touched it. So So we are on ways of dressing, cooking, and greeting, right? So we say traditional African attire tells about where you are from. when you dress. When you see a man, when you see a man dressed on agbada with his cap, you definitely know that this man. Please hold it very well. Hold the camera very well. You definitely know that this particular person is a Yoruba man. Of course, his dressing has already identified him already. So that is the good part about this dressing we are talking about. And another thing we should know is that when we see when we see an Igbo man dressed on his red cap, when he puts on his red chief title cap, you will definitely know that this particular person is an Igbo man. I'm talking about the Nigerian people. And when you see a Ghanaian dressed in Kentel on Kentel, you will definitely know that this is a Ghanaian man. So in with all of that, dressing, we use them for identification. So, and saying the truth, all of these things are going to into extinct. Now, when we talk about our greetings, it carries respect and meaning. Kneeling, bowing, or prostrating shows value that words can't express. That's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. Let's talk about these traditions. Do you still wear cultural attire often, or has Western fashion completely taken over? That is a question I'm putting all out to you now. Do you still wear cultural attire often, or all these Western dresses now is your new method of dressing? Let's not throw out away our culture. It means a whole lot. Raise the camera up. So now that is it about that. We are going into the third one, which is marriage rights, storytelling, and family value. Marriage rights, storytelling, and family value. So we are going to be discussing about that. In the past, marriage was more than love between two people. Of course, we know, but I don't even really want to compare marriage of the olden days and this particular time. You understand? So it is not just about love. It is more than love between two people. It was a bond between families, strong bond between families. Now, when you talk about marriage, when you are marrying in olden days, or when you are married, sometimes the man in question might not even, maybe you have not even met you have not even meet with the wife, the woman that that your parents have even prepared for you to get married to. Sometimes that was then. You hear some of them will be, let's say for the soldiers, maybe they will be in the bush. They will be, they will stay in another state. Their parents have found a wife for them already. It's just for them to come see the wife and get married. Sometimes they will not even come. The parents will go and do, as far as there is strong connection between the bride parents and the groom parents, they will just go do the normal this thing and boom, they marry, and the child, the son will never say no to what the parents say. That is form of respect. And there is a strong bond between the groom parents and the bride parents. But now things have changed. I don't know where all this thing is disappearing into. All of this has gone, like they have gone totally. Storytelling wasn't just entertainment, it was how we taught moral and history to children. Yeah, storytelling is not just for entertainment. That was then. I remember when we were younger, my brother, there was a time every evening he normally comes here. When he comes, he gather the children, the other children that are even close by. They will come, we gather, and he will tell us, please stop looking at, and he will start telling us stories of things that have happened from, from the past. We don't just hear the story, we learn from the story, we learn the moral lesson, we pick corrections. There are so many things. Now storytelling has become another thing. Today, I want to hear from you. What value from your culture should we fight to keep alive? That's the question. That is a question for you. What value from your culture should we fight to keep alive? Because it's obvious that all of these have gone to an extent, and we really need to bring some of these things back. I'm talking of to the Africans in the house. Which part of it do you really want us to fight to bring to life? We really need to fight to bring some of this to life. It is so very important. Do you understand? So now, I want you to comment your tribal name or ethnic group below. Make use of the comment section now. I want you to comment your tribal name. Do you have a tribal name as an African man, as an African lady, as an American lady? Is there anything called tribal name? Do you have a tribal name? Your or ethnic group do you have? Drop it in the comment section. Type yes if your parents or grandparents told you foxes growing up. I want you to type yes if you are like I was telling you guys about my brother. He always come here in the evening to gather us, tell us stories and all of that. If you have witnessed that your brother, your siblings, your parents, any of them have, you know, organized such thing for you guys when you were growing up, drop yes if that has happened. Drop no if you have not experienced that before. What's one tradition from your tribe you are most proud of? What is that number one tradition from your proud that you are very proud of it? That you wherever you go, you want to showcase it because it is something that you are proud of. What is that tradition? Please drop it in the comments. Vote. Okay, now. Um. Let me just put it now. Should African traditional name be more popular again? Yes or no? Just drop it in the comment section. The question is that should African traditional name be more popular again? If you think it should be more popular, please drop yes in the comments. If you think no, that one is an extinct something, it has gone. We are in the new era. Those kind of thing is not supposed to be happening any longer. Please drop no. Let's see those people that really want our African culture to see come back to life. So thank you so much, families, for being part of this beautiful conversation. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy, guys, for staying true with us. African culture is like a crown. Yeah, it is. We must wear it proudly and never let it slip away. We must wear it proudly and never do what? Let it slip away. Let's live tonight with this thought. When roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. That is why we must nurture our cultural roots. Before you go, if this life made you smile or taught you something new, hit the like button. Share it with your friends. I said what? Share this with your friends. It is very important to me, oh, please. And what? Subscribe. That word is very important. Subscribe to Keeping It Up with Ernest Story. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe to Keeping It Up with Ernest Story for more African story and discussion like this. Please do well to subscribe to Keeping It Up with Ernest Story. Drop a heart in the comment section if you are proud of your African heritage. Let's keep this culture alive together. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I love you all. See you in my next video. Bye bye.